Where I got familiar with Santorini, which is one. Want to hear a cool fact? Where I got familiar with Santorini?
Wait, I'm curious now.
Call of Duty. There was a map called Santorini, and he was playing. And so to be able to, like, as a kid play. I know it sounds weird, but that's how I first heard of Santorini. Hey guys, welcome back to JB Pixels. I know we cut the last video short, but this is the reason why we wanted to explain more about what our trip was like. So that's why we didn't pack it into one video.
So here's a full 3-day breakdown of what we did in Santorini and how it went down.
All right. So day number 1, landed in Santorini. We landed around midday, and make sure you have your car pre-arranged, because getting a transportation from Santorini airport is ridiculously expensive at that point. If you're going to walk out and try to get it, it will almost cost you about €100 to get to Oia. That's where we were going. But we arranged our transportation with our Airbnb host, and it was, I think, €50 and €100 round trip. When we got in, we were really hungry. So the Airbnb was beautiful. We got to the Airbnb. The Airbnb was gorgeous. We had a wonderful time. We unpacked, set up, and we just decided to get out because we wanted to eat something, and I wanted some shisha, and shisha is all over Santorini. So I found this restaurant named Delino's on Google that had shisha, and it was open for lunch at the same time. I made my way over there. The restaurant was completely empty in the middle of the day, like around 1:30 p.m. It was empty. And the streets of Oia was completely packed. But this restaurant was on the main road, a little bit on the western side of the island, I would say. So we made our way over there. The shisha was amazing. The food was great. We ended up going to Delino's almost every day we were in Santorini.
Yeah. So for the evening, we had our reservation at Pac-Man for dinner and sunset. I just want to say it was pure magic from start to end. The food was so artistic. The plates were, each one was just a whole art on a plate, rather than big portions, so that's what you should be expecting there. And there was also some dancers. They performed the dance right at sunset, which was absolutely beautiful. Our table was right by the poolside, facing the ocean, so we had an amazing view. So the trick is to make sure you make your reservation way ahead of time, because it is summer season, and that is, the high season, peak season. So make your reservation ahead of time. And in the comments, if it's your honeymoon, make sure you mention that, because you will get an extra special table, which is what we did.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely, for all of our reservations in Santorini going forward, we emailed, called, text, whatever it takes. WhatsApp was a big thing. You can just WhatsApp whatever restaurant, hit the reservation button on Google Maps. And we did say, hey, if there's a particular table like right up on the edge, we asked if there's a cost associated with that table, and we would like to, pay that cost up front. And that's what we did for most of our reservation in Santorini. I was about to go into our next location, but that's what we did for all of our reservations. Book about 2 to 4 weeks in advance so they can accommodate you. For me, Pac-Man was amazing. It was vibey, nice mellow music. It was around maybe €40-50 per person. For a place of that caliber, anywhere in Europe, you're paying around the same thing. That was it. And after Pac-Man, we head back out and walk in the strip of Oia. It was a little bit lively, lots of bars, lots of restaurants. We popped in, and then we end up to just go back home and chill in our jacuzzi for the end of the night.
Day 2. So the next day, early in the morning, we woke up pretty early, and we started walking around Oia streets around 9 a.m., which was absolutely amazing because it was empty. It was perfect for us to take pictures in the golden hour times. And then obviously we were hungry, so we were hunting for food again. And there was this place right by our Airbnb called Skiza Cafe. Oh, I should mention before that our Airbnb host actually had pastries for us in the Airbnb, and it was delicious. It was absolutely delicious, and a piece of cake and a couple of orange juices. But we were looking for more of a real food rather than dessert. So we ended up going to Skiza Cafe, which was, again, so nice. It was 2 floors. We went on the upper floor, and the balcony was so small. It had only 3 tables, but we went early enough that there was no other people there. So we had an amazing table with an amazing view. And when we looked at the menu, we couldn't decide what we wanted to eat, so we just ended up ordering quite a few items from that menu. But it was absolutely worth it. Everything I think was so good. We tried their coffee. There was a special coffee that they had. I don't know if it's called Spanish latte, but I think that was my first time trying it over there ever, like first time ever. It was really nice. I loved it.
Then after that, we went hunting for photographers for the flying dress photo shoot. If you're in Santorini, it's quite cliche, but Mariam absolutely wanted the flying dress photo shoot, so we went out to look for it. So the price starts around maybe $180 to $190 for 30 minutes and 15 photos. What we did, it's that like sometimes if you look it up online, you will see it starts at $250, $300, $400. But if you go in person and walk around like the souvenir areas and there are people like handing you these flyers, they'll tell you like, hey, we'll give you a 30 minute for X amount of dollars. And that's how we found our flyer dress photo shoot. We didn't pre-plan it. But here's another thing that I found very interesting. During the day, Santorini gets really packed, right? Because all of the cruise ship comes in and it gets really packed. But these guys, I don't know, something about them, they're special. They either know the people that lives in these area, or they know the owners of the hotel, or they have a great relationship. You'll be able to take photos at some unique location, no crowd, no tourists to bother you. And I tagged along with my iPhone camera, and I was snapping pictures everywhere we went. So that was a great way to get around lots of crowd and enjoying like good photo shoots all over the place.
So in that afternoon after the photo shoot, we had a reservation at another restaurant. So we are in Oia, and we were trying to get to Fira because our reservation was in Fira. So we didn't know how we were gonna get there. We could have always taken a cab, of course. But as we were walking outside, we saw this shop renting, or there was many shops that rents ATVs. But Justin saw this ATV and he liked the color of it, so he wanted to try it out. So what we did was rent an ATV, drove it all the way to Fira, which was an amazing ride. It was, almost sunset time, but right before sunset, that really nice window. The views were absolutely amazing. The streets were so cute. There was all those churches with the blue domes along the way. So it was absolutely beautiful, but I will admit I was really scared.
Okay, so Fira is a different experience. So from Oia is very low-key and mellow. Fira is a vibe. Like, you want to party, you want to have a good time, stay close to Fira or stay in Fira. For us, we stayed in Oia, but I would still choose to stay in Oia again because of how mellow and quiet it is. Not that I don't enjoy the party scene.
Now that we got to Fira from that beautiful scooter ride, we had a reservation at Inn for sunset and dinner again. Again, it was such a cute place. I'd say the restaurant was right on the cliff, so it had an amazing view of the whole caldera and the sunset. It was so nice. The food was, again, it was really good. I don't think we had any bad food. The food was always amazing and fresh, and it had seafood. It was so nice.
Yeah, it was like a French Mediterranean restaurant. It was really good. Like, there was
no bad
ahead, nothing bad.
Yeah.
All right, that ATV ride scared the life out of me. On the way back, it was dark in the night. Yeah, there was no road, there was no lights on the road, and you're driving up these winding cliff. So I had one glass of wine, and I think that was way too much for me. Thank God we made it back safe to Oia. If you're going to ride from Oia or from Fira to Oia with an ATV or bike, just be extremely careful of the winding cliffs and stuff like that, especially if you have someone hanging. I have Mariam riding behind me, and it was like, you have to counterweight, and if you're going uphill, you have to lean forward. It's all these little intricacy of riding an ATV you have to take into consideration. It was dangerous. We got back to Oia, end up at another shisha bar and grabbed some cocktail and had some. All right, on to day number 3. Was really packed. We had planned a boat cruise for day number 3. So we did the Caldera boat cruise, but we took the shuttle from Oia to the far edge of the island, but the cruise ended back in Oia, which was perfect. So we just had to walk back home. We did like white beach, red beach. We had beautiful lunch on the boat, which was prepared right there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you enjoy it?
I did. It felt so authentic. It felt like it was the closest to really authentic Greek food because it was like home cooked, basically. The people from the boat actually cooked the food themselves, and as we were enjoying the spots that we went to, they were preparing the food inside, which was absolutely amazing, I thought. The food was delicious.
However, I didn't go off the boat or swim because the water was a little bit chilly. I did not get off the Well, I did sleep, however.
So the cruise ended in Moody Bay, where exactly we wanted to be. There was many restaurants down at the bottom that we wanted to have lunch there, but we didn't know where to go. So when we walked around, they all were nice. They all had really nice views. Some of them had better views than others, but we chose Dimitri's. And the reason we chose Dimitri's, first of all, it had octopus at the entrance, just laid out outside to dry. And it was so fascinating for Justin because he was like, that's interesting. So we ended up trying, of course, those octopuses. But also another reason why we chose, there was a couple more other reasons why we chose Dimitri's. The second reason was it had the best view out of all the other restaurants. And the third reason was because the restaurant guy was so nice, and I was explaining to him how my husband does not like seafood, and he was helping us choose the most not fishy fish. So that was so nice. It required a lot of patience and a lot of knowledge for him to advise us on something that somebody who doesn't like seafood is gonna eat. And we ended up enjoying that place thoroughly. The food was absolutely amazing. The octopus was amazing. We both got addicted to it. Every other place after that, we ordered octopus. And Justin loved the fish.
The reason why I tried the octopus there, but there was this, the octopus was called sun-dried octopus that's literally hang outside to dry, and it's like aged or whatever it's done. But it was by far the best octopus I've ever eaten anywhere in the world.
Yes.
It was by far the best. I mean, the seafood was good. The first time trying fish was definitely an experience, and I enjoy it.
You couldn't be there and order steak when you're literally 2 inches away from the water, and it was a must. If you don't have seafood there, then what other place in the world would be a better place to have seafood than there?
Yeah, true. I mean, it's right, and I did try it.
Greeks are so famous for their fish, I have to say.
Yeah, it was good seafood. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So if you're in Moody Bay, however, there's multiple ways to get to Moody Bay. You can go to the edge of the island and now take the shuttle down into Moody Bay. Or you can walk the 240 Oia steps down, and because we walked it up, it wasn't that bad. It's not like steps after step. They're like a little bit of a flat ground, so you can take 2 steps within a step to go up, which I find very interesting. It's not a bad walk at all.
No.
But the convenience of just the boat cruise ended in Moody Bay, we walked back up to our Airbnb in Oia. And along the way, you could stop at the castles and the church. All these crazy photo opportunities presented itself. So it was a great time to just explore around Oia. And then we went back to the Airbnb. We didn't have any dinner reservation planned for that night, but you can guess where we ended up.
Wait, we ended up, I couldn't speak anymore. We ended up at our favorite place, our hidden gem, Delino's.
We ended up back at Delino's. Delino's was by far one of our favorite restaurants, and it's a hidden gem, and I think it'll be blown out of proportion as soon as you experience it. If you're into shisha, it's great. If you're into any type of food, it's good. The view. Oh, that was one of the places, even though we did sunset at Pac-Man, that night when we went back there for sunset, we just sat at the edge, the same table we sat at the empty.
Edge.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
And the sunset was amazing. But we were well above that, and we could see into it. So it's a great spot.
It was a great spot, for sure. After Delino's, we went back for a walk, and again, Santorini, it was just magical. More magical in the night, I think, than in the day, because it's a cliff, and it's lit up from top to bottom, and it was just unreal. Everywhere you look, it's like I'm looking at a photograph. Like, it's not real. Like, I'm just looking at pictures, but in real life. I can't explain how amazing it is. We're gonna put some pictures for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great place. If you're a couple on honeymoon, it's definitely a good place for you to do your honeymoon. I know it's quite cliche, but I mean, our mom and dad did Greece for their honeymoon. So we wanted to do, I wanted to do that. I've never been to Santorini. I'm going to tell you where I got familiar with Santorini, which is want to hear a cool fact where I got familiar with Santorini?
Yeah, I'm curious now.
Call of Duty, there was a map called Santorini, and he was playing. So to be able to, like, you know, as a kid play, I know it sounds weird, but that's how I first heard of Santorini.
Well, I guess for us females, it's different. Like, you look at those pictures and you're like, oh, one day, if I get married, when I get married, I'm gonna go there.
It's so cliche, but
I made my dream come
perfect.
true. You know, I planted the seed in Justin's head, and it grew, and I made it.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely perfect.
So yeah, at the end, just to conclude it all, there's a couple of things that we want to share. I want to say, if you are a party person, Fiera is more vibey. It has more nightlife. There's a lot more crowds, more life, I guess, more vibrant. If you are into that kind of way of spending your vacation or your time. But Oia is more of the romantic side, the more scenic side, the more upscale side, if you want to put it that way too. We chose to stay in Oia because it was just perfect for us. We had a very busy time before it, and also we knew what was after Oia for us. So that's why Oia would have been the perfect option for us, and I would choose to stay there again.
Yeah, remember, we went in the middle of high season, and I know a lot of people say to avoid crowds and avoid this and avoid that. Go on the shoulder season, which is a lot cheaper, and yes, I agree. But if you happen to be there in the peak season, it's nothing to worry about. In our opinion, it was all part of the experience. We enjoyed every second of it. Now, for some tips and tricks, man, if you're going to Santorini, just book all your dinner reservation like 2+ weeks in advance. If you're just click the reservation button on Google Maps, search the restaurants up, search whatever bar. In Oia, there is no bad restaurant. Every restaurant has a beautiful view. So just go ahead and take your pick, make your reservation. ATV and taxis, always choose the ATV. You don't need an international driver's license. You can rent with your local license. Just be careful riding them around. Souvenirs, don't haggle for them. I don't haggle for them because it's part of the experience. If you want to, you can, but I never want to because that's how these people make their living. And that's it for me. Oh, hidden gems. Definitely for me.
We said that before.
If this video helped you in any type of way, this video was more for us to recap our memories. And
yes,
if it has helped you in any way possible, give us a comment. Give us some.
Hit the like button.
If you found value in this video and you enjoyed what we had to share, our experience of Santorini, go ahead, drop a like on this video. Let's start over, make the outro. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be great value in this video, and anything that we said relates to what you're planning for Santorini. Go ahead, smash that like button.
So if you have any questions for me, put it in the comments for best restaurants, for advice on the flying dress photos, or if you have any budget questions or any other questions that you may have, just put them in the comment section for me. I will make sure to read them all and reply.
Yes, Mariam reads all the comments and reply. Anyways, subscribe because we're off to another location next.
Yes.
The world is smaller than you think.
Travel everywhere and eat everything. Was it nice?